What's he not telling you? The drama of it. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel where we build financial power. My name is Matt, and this is
Potter.
If you're new to this, every Thursday, Friday, we go at you, at your face with a show where we're building financial power. We talk about this DeFi, this trippy documentation of our process of us learning and going through it. Potter's been in this longer than I have. I got in around December 6th of last year, and she's been my Sherpa through the cold winters that have been this walk of DeFi. Today, we're diving into the Drip Network, Forex, the upcoming project, the anticipation. Can you feel the friggin' goosebumps? Before we dive all the way into it, Potter, how you feeling?
I'm good, thanks. And this is the part of the show where we do our disclaimer, where we tell you, you know what? There's people who literally pay a lot of money to get licenses to be financial advisors, and they don't have YouTube shows 2 days a week and, do other stuff. They are paid. We're not. This is not financial advice. We actually advise, and crypto is too risky right now, and you kind of stay out. But yes, we're documenting our journey, because sometimes telling people to stay out of the deep water, they go in anyway. So if we're doing it with integrity and know-how, then we'll share that with you. But please, do your own due diligence. It'll pay off in the end.
Precisely. If you are living under, actually, I won't even say living under a rock, because DeFi is its own tiny little world, and there is a project that is days from dropping, and I got to be honest with you. I am fingers crossed, hoping so much that if it just launches when he says it's going to launch, that alone installs so much, like, yes, you launched it. Like, yeah, I'm not saying it's going to, but even if it crashed and burned and he launched it, I'd be like, great job, because you launched it. He stuck to his guns, and I think he's going to.
I would even think, Matt, I think he's got to be nervous for it too.
I would absolutely.
Like that night of launch, he's going to be nervous, because in technology, when you give a demo, everything goes wrong, right? Like everything goes wrong. So now, but he's rehearsed it. I'm like, he's got to be going over in his mind.
Yeah.
He's got a huge audience now.
Yeah.
Like before, it was just us DeFi people, who know him. But check it out. If you're watching this video, you already know about Forex.
Yeah,
We're setting up a community that's like a Cheers bar. And if you don't know what Cheers is, it's a sitcom or any show that's just like a bar. We're not trying to get a stadium full of people in here. We're just trying to, get, people who know each other, and we can share stuff and grow all together.
Yep.
But what was I talking about? Forex. And what, if you're here and you see what he's doing, I mean, he knows he's on, the spotlight's on him bigger than ever. I wouldn't want to be in his shoes, but he's done so much due diligence. He's got all of the people lined up. He's done all of these AMAs. He's double checked it. You're right. If this platform just launches,
I love that. Yeah,
we're good. Because Matt, I'm still, when Ray put this Bartertown video up that he was showing, the Toyota Corolla view, investing.
I saw that.
I'm a Toyota Corolla investor. You know what I mean? I can drive around the crypto world, but I'm not in the bins, Yeah. So even for us, we just need this thing to frickin' start, right? Because I need to build it from here. This is where I plan on building my crypto wealth. Right. And we have been waiting since last year, when he announced about this time that it was going to go live.
Yep.
Sorry if I went off a little bit.
No. That's precisely it. And I mean, it's as your notes indicate, it is a gigantic launch. It's not just the project itself. I think it's for the whole ecosystem community, the whole concept, and it's so much trust that he's building here.
Yeah. And he's built it, and people who aren't part of the community, they're finding out about it through advertisements. Thanks for that, Matt.
Yes.
And this is big. Like, you're seeing we're not used to seeing drip anywhere other than the little areas that we're in Telegram.
Precisely.
But we're not used to seeing banner ads. And if we saw a banner ad, it was because they partner with somebody on some crappy little site, not Yahoo Finance and BSC Scan. These are big advertisements. And what the big advertisements have shown is that some pretty big wallets, some of the biggest wallets on the Binance Smart Chain, are big players in drip. Right? So, and Animal Farm. So what are those big wallets going to do? I think if they're already in it, we can see what they're going to do, since this thing is going to be kind of almost a cryptocurrency machine. If you want to cash out and change it to USD or whatever and put it in your account, that's okay. But the cryptocurrency that it's going to be exchanging, from the drip to the dogs to the pigs, it's going to be crazy. And it's all in alignment with the part that Forex hasn't even talked about. He hasn't even told you guys about the bigger thing. Drip.
Okay. You mean it hasn't mentioned it? Yeah. Hasn't really shot the light on it, what you said that. Yeah. Well, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I talked.
So I want to go back to the advertisements, because it's something that I've seen people talking about, and I honestly don't have a side on it either way. So I keep seeing some content coming up from Drip supporters, but talking on it about the advertisements and how the ads haven't really landed. It seems some of it has. There's been some traction, but basically there's been some people coming out saying that the advertisements, they could be more efficient. They're doing a good job, but they could be more efficient. And I think it was one of the YouTube influencers that they were utilizing, that the channel itself had a bunch of bots. Have you heard any of what I'm talking about? Have you heard any of that? No.
You know why? Because I just looked at the data, right? The data is ignorant of all of that stuff. So I'm just as ignorant as the data. And the data said on X day, there will be a launch of this campaign, then this campaign on this day and this day. And then the pigs AFP price said, advertising stopped, advertising started, right?
Have you seen any of the actual ads?
Yeah.
So I haven't actually seen any.
Well, you have to be doing as many transactions as I am. Like,
got it.
It has to populate on there.
Got it.
But if you want to look at them, you just to take a look at them, they're in Telegram. You can take a look. Yeah. But yeah, they're really cool. And it's not the, hey guys, can somebody make an image for me stuff? Remember that? We'll feature it. Now it's truly people paying for it. So the advertising, according to the numbers, this might not be a direct correlation, because I'm not that person, but to me, it looks like advertisement price go up.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So to me, whatever chatter is just that. They're operating off of feels and perceptions, not the reality of the numbers.
Some of them seemed like they were making good points, and they were saying that there's actual traction. And again, this is all stuff that I don't have any authority in this. It's just what I've seen from some of them and whatnot, saying that it could be more efficient from marketers, blah 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 blah. But
well, I'm saying, what does efficient look like to you?
And that's just it. I mean, efficient.
Does the AFP, does the pig price have to be 1,000?
Exactly. I mean, there's always room
efficiently now.
There's always room for improvement. It could always be worse. I mean, it's subjective. Absolutely.
Well, I don't think that there is room for improvement when he's an innovator and we don't understand what he's doing. It's more of take notes versus try to critique, when everything shows that the AFP price has gone from 54 to 167. What else? And it hasn't even launched yet. Like, I'm just curious how could somebody have done it better, since we don't have any successful projects in DeFi?
Touche.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't listen to the chatter, right? Because the numbers are speaking. Like, the numbers are speaking. And that's what people get involved with the feels, because you're right. they do make good points. You're not a stupid person. They make some solid, good
Sure.
points. But if the overall goal is to have the asset have value, and
Correct.
the asset value is going up, all the chatter is just chatter.
Correct.
So I now have a Tom Brady in my life, and when the Super Bowl year was here, it's overrated, blah blah blah. But he just won a Super Bowl, right? So that's the way I look at it. My numbers are just looking at what's on the field. What did the numbers say?
Yep.
I hope that made sense.
It did. I like it. So before we go to the actual last piece of drip up next. So what you were saying about the whale wallets, I wanted to sort of comb through that a little bit.
Sure.
If someone had no clue how to go look at these actual whale wallets, where could they go to look at it?
BSC scan.
And what qualifies a whale wallet? What qualifies as an actual whale wallet?
Whole lot of money in it. So, they have probably a lot of BNB in there. They have a lot of USD or whatever flavor of USD. Or they have a lot of the token.
Mm-hmm. Is there a certain number that's universal? Is there a certain number that's no, not necessarily.
I don't think so.
Because DripFi.app, they did a great job of, they made the little icon saying, you got a stream of drip. You have a drip. When you get 5,000 drip, they're saying that that's a whale. So that's like the only ever number that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Whales are everywhere. So the way that I found out about whales was gaming. People are like, "Oh, you're a whale." I'm like, "I am." I'm like, I feel like a minnow because it was pay to win. Right. So there was this one game. Oh my God. Sorry, Ma. I invested like 21 grand in this game.
Holy mother of.
I didn't know it. It was microtransactions.
Okay. Got it.
And I had to finally say, I have to stop. I have to admit that I've lost this money. And I have to walk away. This is not going to. It was a slot machine. But the way that they make you feel that you have to pay is because it's got, competitive, So what I found out is that what a real whale was somebody who could spend $1,000 a day
on
a video game.
Understood.
I'm sorry, $3,000 a day on a video game.
Yeah.
Right. I couldn't compete with that, but you get caught up in it.
Yep.
And so, I had another PTSD moment. I don't know what I was talking about.
Well, and I'll steer you.
Yeah.
So whale wallet. So the main point you wanted to make about that, because I feel like we sort of touched on it. What about the whale wallets for Animal Farm? What about it? If you already said it, go over it because my brain maybe missed it.
So no, I kind of went away to explain what a whale was. So whales are, I was considered a whale by people who saw me buying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you spend $21,000, okay, that's fair. Mm-hmm. But these people were spending $200,000, $300,000 in this game just to win, and that wasn't anything to them, right? So when you see something of that magnitude, if you go to a wallet and you go, "Woo," that's a whale feeling. It's not a, check the box whale moment. Does that make sense?
It does. So, and you're saying like that's what you see, feel, which one see or feel is going to happen is happening in the Animal Farm with these whale wallets.
Yeah, they are. They've already shown some level of drip ecosystem asset in these wallets.
Okay.
Right. And if you want to watch the video on it, go to Bartertown's latest video. If you have $1,000, what do you do?
Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah. And you'd mentioned that before the show. Okay. Yeah. Got it. So in drip up next. So I told you this yesterday off the show that I've watched a few of his AMAs and I loved some of the verbiage he was using. It was really good to hear because we see him as a developer. So what I heard was him say, "I'm not great at everything." He said, "That's why I've hired these people." I love that humility. For someone to have that humility and not need pound my chest, I'm great at everything. That is a smart, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You can hire the smartest person in the room for that aspect. So it's so good to hear that he doesn't need pound that chest. That gives me goosebumps, because that's a smart person. That is a smart person. So that's good to hear. All that to say, he was talking about, Scratchy's coming out towards the end of the year, fingers crossed. The Drip UI coming out at the end of the year, fingers crossed. And you're saying Drip is up next. He hasn't even shined the light on it.
And so this now we go back to all the three things. Excuse me one sec. Now we go back to all the three things that we were talking about. Big launch, advertisement, whale wallets.
Right.
When this started, the pig's price was $54.
Right.
At this moment, at the moment of recording, 10/14/22, the drip price is $5.89. And there's a utility for it right now.
Yep.
Right. And so we're going to see the animal farm turn on, which is going to auto start this thing, start the price after a little bit. And then you're going to have him advertising a game that's fun. It's going to light up, right? Because if people are paying right now, they're still driving up the price. People who want to participate in this ecosystem have wallets that want to buy something that is $167 per token. What are we used to dealing with? $5 tokens,
right? Yep.
$2 tokens,
right?
If we see something go up to 10, we're like, oh, it's going to crash any second.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? This is something. This isn't fake. You're seeing we're witnessing something. Forex Shark has created something that people can truly see that this is the path for DeFi, and we're profiting off of it. And like the level of compounding that I'm starting to do, if I got into this with a little bit that I had, that it wouldn't have been a good experience for me. But now that I've compounded, it's starting to become like Drip Part 2, except I'm starting to see it in a different way. And we talked about the ways to dissect. How am I going to take the money out here? What do I do here? It just, when we talk this time to you guys next week, it's going to be crazy. What we're going to know, not that it's like, we're going to be rich next week.
There you go.
I'm not saying that. I'm just like, it's going to be groundbreaking, changing, because either this is going to be the most advertised, why you don't ever advertise launch, because of technology, or it's going to be the biggest, you idiots who didn't pay attention to the numbers and got in your feels. I have the numbers tell me that this is going to be a great success. We do have people that are going to sell, but this isn't about a token. This is about this isn't about a token. This is about an ecosystem, right? So that's the important part.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Era's in the comments dropping a little funny to us. What is he saying? That's what you should do for internet issues, Matt. JK, I missed it.
You had internet issues?
Oh yeah, actually.
I didn't know that you had.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But regardless, this time next week, it is scheduled to be launched this coming Tuesday. Everyone is doing exactly what I'm doing. They are rubbing their hands together with their plan, with their anticipation, and we will see what happens. Potter, you got anything in closing?
Well, what I was thinking about, and putting Matt on the spot, maybe next Thursday we'll do a show about living in the drip world, living on a drip economy. I'll go over a little bit of that. I think it's interesting. People would get something out of that.
Yeah, that works for me. Absolutely. Well, other than that, we will see what happens. Maybe life will never be the same again this time when we see you next week. And maybe it'll be just another day. Builders, keep building.
Game on.